Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where I'm a moron, physics are questionable, and none of this is anything new. So what we're going to do here is we're going to realize that all we have here is the single boom arm, unless the others are still in these containers, which I think we got it all out yesterday, didn't we? This is actually just full-on, almost entirely useless now. All because we had that physics issue, where it just decided to react in a really weird way. Yeah, we're gonna have to send this guy up again, and land it again. That's okay, it's not the end of the world. I'm still gonna pack up all of these parts and bring them on over to our existing site. So we're going to climb on up here. And then, we are going to do something like this. We're gonna look to mount these up in here. And we're just going to try to clean up all of this space, if at all possible. We're going to bring whatever we can. I'm not entirely sure what we can bring. We're going to have to bring some things over a little bit closer, I think. So we're going to come on down over here, and we're going to move some parts on over. Because, yeah, we lost a lot of parts in that physics glitch. It's not supposed to react the way it did. Absolutely not. So what we're going to do here, of course, is we're just going to bring these guys on over. And as long as we're careful, we shouldn't have any issues like that. And realistically, I'll just... No. Stop that. Realistically, I will just move the parts over when we land at the correct site. Like, we're going to bring up exactly the same thing, and we'll have a few spare parts. But that's okay. I'm comfortable with having a few spare parts. That would not be a bad thing. So we're going to move these guys on over so that we can grab them from over here. And then we're just going to have to pretty much leave this as is. There's a few grip pads scattered around out here. We're probably going to end up just untracking most of that. That was just a really... I was going to say a really weird physics issue, but it happens. The physics in this game can be a little bit buggy sometimes when working with things like that. So this one's full, and we are going to need to start filling up this cargo storage unit. We should grab from the outside in, if at all possible. Oof. Yeah, we can't quite grab that guy. Gonna have to go out and grab that separately. That's okay. And I'm going to make sure to land the next one at the correct landing site. Usually helps. Okay. No, that is not where I told you to put that. This whole system is a little temperamental. There's no doubt about that. I've definitely seen better systems. We're not really going to be able to do this too much more frequently. I would love to get these legs fixed, and that might be something that we do here in a moment. Okay, this one's probably about as full as it's going to get. We'll put these into this one. And there is that grip pad over there that we should probably go get. So we'll go get that one as soon as Bill gets up. And I'd love to fix these legs. But I want Bill attached to the rocket before we do that, I think. So we'll move this over here. And maybe the rocket should be in free fall when we fix the legs. I don't know. But, Bill, can you head to the ladder, please? Thank you very much, sir. And up he goes. Okay, and we will, of course, stow that in here. Excellent. So we can exit construction mode at this point, and we can let go and turn our RCS on, and up we go. Okay. So at this point, we've got quite a lean on this thing. There's no doubt about that. I think I do want to fix it. Bill, go ahead and hop back out. Let go, and let's see if we can fix these legs a little bit. Okay, something along the lines of this for our position. Okay. Now, here's hoping... Looks like we're mostly load-bearing over here. Here's hoping that we don't have too many issues here. I'm thinking this needs to come over to here. This needs to come over to here. This could cause some weird physics, and I'm actually going to... We can't quick save while he's on the ladder. Okay, I'm actually going to head down to the surface here. And we're going to quick save in case there are weird physics here. And let's just see what happens if we... Not like that. Snapping on, please. If we do something like that, followed by popping this guy off and placing it here. And this guy off and placing it here. And this guy off and placing it here. Yes, that is much better in terms of the landing legs. Okay, let's get out of here, shall we? This thing didn't have landing legs on it to begin with, just a reminder. That wasn't a thing that it had. Okay, so in we go. We've still got a bit of a lean to it, but that's okay. We can head directly over to this 90-degree marker. I think let's just go. And we're going to peace on out of here. And we're going to head over somewhere around here. We may as well just go for the horizontal speed at this point. And we'll just take this up to somewhere around here is absolutely fine. Off we go, and we are just going to get ourselves... Can't add a maneuver node because we're control locked? So we are. We won't be for too long. We should have connection here pretty soon. Where is our communication satellite at? Yeah, it's over there. And our space station core is heading this way. It's going to be interesting, to be sure. We might have to do this the old-fashioned way. But we can definitely get this done. No problem. Yeah, we probably want to put a horizontal, or rather an equatorial communication station up here. That would probably be useful. Are we on the far side of Kerbal right now? No, we just don't reach, I believe. Okay, that's fine. We'll just head over into orbital prograde. And we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. That's completely fine. We may as well warp towards here. And honestly, well, I would really rather land in the daytime. Let's just go ahead and get into orbit here. It should be reasonably simple. I'm going to actually warp forward about another 45 seconds here. We're not going to have communications, but that's okay. We don't need communications for this. Okay, we'll just do something along the lines of that. And then we will go ahead and... This is actually a halfway decent inclination. I'm slightly shocked. We're going to go around in orbit. We have communication now, of course. Now we don't. I mean, we could come down in darkness, I suppose. I'd kind of prefer not to. So while we're waiting for that to happen, I think we should head back to the Space Center. We're going to have to bring up the supplies again anyway because of the physics issue, right? So let's go ahead and get that started. I suppose we could bring another engineer at the same time if we really wanted to. Oh, hello, this bug. Okay, well, the VAB is right here. So we're going to hop into the VAB where there's actually lighting. I need to check into updating the mods. That would possibly help. We'll go ahead and launch the mini builder again. The question is, well, first off, we know that this rotation servo can't be picked up. I think it's because it's just upside down. I wonder if that was the issue. Hang on a sec. I'm checking. For now, we're going to just put Jebediah in here, and this will be reverted. We're not even going to launch this. All I want to do is put Jebediah in this. I don't know what the restrictions are on pilots being able to construct. We'll find out. Okay, Jeb. Why don't you go ahead and EVA? Or actually just leave the seat. Okay, Jeb just plummets. Well done, Jeb. I was hoping that he would land over here. Well, like I said, we are reverting it. So we're just going to have to move that to be... Or add a platform here. We could add like a platform for him to stand on. that we would then remove. So it would be like that. Okay, so that's just a temporary platform for Jeb to stand on. Just so that I can test this. Now, he may not be able to work on this in Kerbal gravity. If so, we can gravity hack it just as a test to see if it was just mounted the wrong way. I really want to know that. So let's have this guy leave his seat, and he falls down onto his grip pad. Fantastic. And he doesn't have access to the construction. Okay, so it is only engineers. Good to know. We're going to go ahead and save this temporarily. Yes, we're going to have to revert those changes. And let's go hire another engineer. We probably wanted one over there anyway, right? So let's go into the astronaut complex. And I would love to hire an engineer. There we go. Heldus Kerman. Let's do this. So we're going to hop into the VAB. And we are, of course, going to put Heldus Kerman into this external command seat. And let's test this now. In theory, I have no idea what's going to happen here. That's why we're testing it. I don't know if it's because it was upside down or what. That would be really weird to me, but I mean, this whole system is kind of weird and janky. So, okay. So Heldus, of course, lands on the grip pad. And then attempts to get up, and are we going to fall off? Are we going to fall off? Okay, we're good. Okay. Yeah, we just can't manipulate this part. I'm not sure if this was a part that was maybe added by ReStock Plus, but that does indeed tell me exactly what I needed to know, and that is that we need to replace that servo with a different servo, because we can't utilize this one. So, of course, we're going to remove the external command seat and the grip pad, and this servo has to go away. Instead, we're going to go for, instead of the M25, maybe the M12. We'll see if that can be stowed in one of these. And indeed it can. That's actually perfect. Wonderful. Now, I do kind of want to bring up the single engineer. So let's go ahead and bring, like, I would rather not do a Mark 1 crew cabin. What's the weight on that? 0.91 tons. What about a lander can? A lander can is actually less weight. So we'll do a lander can. We'll move these photovoltaic panels to be, say, over here. And we'll do something like that. We could put a nose cone on it. I'm not sure there's a reason to, in all honesty. This thing doesn't get going all that fast. Okay, so let's put Heldus into that seat. And let's launch this thing. And this time let's land at the right site. That would help. That would absolutely help. Okay, throttle up. SAS on. Double check that staging. All looks good. Off we go. Gonna throttle this down a little bit. That was a little quick off the pad. Oh, I'm dumb. I still didn't fix the lack of support there. Okay. Well, we already knew I'm dumb, so there's that. I mean, it works. It's not pretty, but it gets the job done. There's no way I'd want to turn with these unsecured. I absolutely should have remembered that. Absolutely should have. But I didn't. Completely forgot it. Okay. How long do we have left in these SRBs? Yeah, about 20 seconds. Our apoapsis height is already pushing pretty high up there. I'm going to cut our center core right now. Never mind. We do not have the control to cut the center core. Okay. Good to know. Let's get rid of these SRBs before they cause a major issue. Okay. Hit up that prograde. We're actually plenty high. I don't care about our attitude right now. We need a whole lot of horizontal speed. There is no doubt about that. Just waiting here until we are approximately correct. That's approximately correct. Let's head over towards that maneuver node. Excellent. And we're going to want to burn that at T minus, according to this, 1 minute, 8 seconds. I'm not actually sure that that's where we want to burn it, but close enough. Okay, we are now officially in space. Let's go ahead and extend our solar panels before I forget that. Wonderful. Yeah, 1 minute, 3 seconds. Okay. So we can definitely warp towards that as soon as we finish this turn. We have a lot of vertical speed and no horizontal speed, basically, to speak of. So 33 seconds is when we want to burn this T minus. And let's burn that now. Basically just right at that horizon. Wonderful. We're still a long time to periapsis, according to this. Well, I mean, because we had no horizontal speed, right? That's periapsis, not apoapsis. Wow. Okay, I'm having issues today, it seems. I have no idea why, but I definitely am. Actually, I know why. I'm having some jaw pain right now, and I'm slightly distracted by it, but let's not focus on that. Excellent. It'll go away eventually. So we need another 800 meters per second in this burn. It'd be fine. And I'm just watching our periapsis height right now, and I want to be burning prograde, actually. I don't necessarily care about this maneuver. I was using it almost exclusively for timing. Okay, and that's good enough. We'll save any remaining fuel. And let's go ahead and set min-miss as our target, of course. We're just past the ascending node, so it is the descending node that we're going to have to do. This is actually pretty good in terms of our inclination. We were already well on our way towards getting the correct inclination. So that's great. We'll just lock to that maneuver node. Physics warp our way over there. That's a little jumpy, to be sure. There we go. And we'll warp towards that maneuver. This is a very minute burn at this level of power. We're probably going to want to burn it slightly differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of this node. And we're just going to keep an eye on this. And we're going to warp in a little bit closer, about 30 seconds closer. And let's just go ahead and begin a very slight burn on that. Yeah, this will do fine. Close enough. Okay, where is min-miss in the orbit? Min-miss is there. So let's burn somewhere around here. See how that's looking. A little later in the orbit, I think, is when we're going to need to burn that. Yeah, sometime around here. Approximately. And we can definitely fine-tune this, bring this in prograde a little bit more. This is not great in terms of the angle, but we'll just look at this periapsis here, and we'll bring that down to an exciting inclination. Maybe make that be a little less exciting? That would be ideal. Oof, this keeps... Okay, let's just reset that. Yeah, that's a little exciting on the inclination, but honestly, it should be okay. That should be reasonably fine. It's kind of coming in at a polar orbit. Wow, that's so sensitive. Okay. That is so sensitive. Let's just call this good. It'll work. It'll get us there. So we're going to physics warp our way on over. There we go. And we will warp towards that burn. Fantastic. And we will burn this at T minus, what is this, 29.5 seconds? Yeah. Okay, that'll be fine. We will warp towards 29.5 seconds. And I promise that this time I'm going to land this thing at the right location. Okay, off we go. Fantastic. Okay, well, let's physics warp this burn. It's going to be a little bit of a long one, so let's get that done ASAP. Fantastic. And let's see how we're looking here. Okay. Just go ahead and bring this on in a little closer. There, that'll do. As I said, I don't exactly care too much about this inclination, although this is definitely going to be a spicy inclination. But we can adjust that pretty easily over Minmus. Yeah, it's a little awkward, but it's okay. Okay. Let's actually circularize this a bit and have it be like that. That's only 200 meters per second. There we go. We'll do that. Okay. And then, of course, we're going to want to change our inclination a bit, although we'll have to see where we actually are located when we get there, right? However, I don't want to do this warp just yet. What I actually want to do is I want to switch to the pad builder at this point. This is going to be usually it's like a 7-day warp to get to Minmus. So what I want to do is I actually want to warp 55 minutes here. Okay, we'll do another orbit here. We're going to be entering daylight soon at the construction site. We'll do one more orbit and we'll see. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay, so let's go ahead and go towards anti-normal. I think that's the direction we want to burn here. And I'm just going to do this pretty much by feel. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, this is the direction we want to go. Fantastic. We do have a KER on this thing, so that's always good. And we're just going to continue bringing it on down until we're passing over, like, here. Yeah, something along the lines of this. Okay, now we'll flip over to surface retrograde. Surface retrograde. There we go. And let's kill some of that speed, shall we? Until we see the bullseye. There it is. And we're just going to bring that guy in about like that. We'll adjust that as we get a little bit closer. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and warp into here. And we can see our landing site over here. Fantastic. Suicide burn countdown of about 2 minutes, allegedly. But it's not quite actually that. We're going to warp in another minute here, I think. I probably should have left it, like, out over here, now that I think about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn over this way. Yeah, about like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and go for surface retrograde. Yeah. Okay. Should probably retract this ladder if I can. There we go. Where is our bullseye? There it is. Here it comes. Okay. All looks good. I want to adjust the actual landing location a little bit here. I'd like to take it, not this direction. Please stop going to retrograde, actually. I'd like to take it over this way. Yeah, like this. Yes, that'll do. Okay, we'll flip back to retrograde here. And let's warp in a little bit. Oh, we actually can't warp here. Sure. We're not moving very quickly, but we also can't exactly warp. We could probably physics warp, but I don't want to do that this close to the pad. That could cause a few issues. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in over here. I'd love to bring our horizontal speed down to basically nil. Or more specifically, I just want to tune this in a little bit here. I'd like to take it over this way. Yes, about like that. Okay. Suicide burn is allegedly in 45 seconds. That is also merely moments before our impact time. I'm probably not going to do that, in all honesty. We're going to bring this in. We're moving at about 23 meters per second right now. That's completely fine. I'm not sure how close exactly we are going to land here. If it's too far away, we can always move. This is looking to be slightly further away than we were before. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and kill our speed here. I'd like to land more like here. So let's go ahead and bring that down to nil. And then I'd like to bring it off over this direction. Yeah, about there. So let's go to surface retrograde, and that is going to be a suicide burn in about 30 seconds. Now, I'm not actually going to suicide burn this, but we're just going to land a little bit closer. Wonderful. Moving at about 10 meters per second, and we are 300 meters up right now. We'll just go ahead and let this come on in, but I'm going to start a very, very gentle deceleration here. We're about 200 meters away right now. Let's begin a little bit less gentle of a deceleration. 10 meters per second. Make that 7. Or wonderful. And here we are. We've returned and landed a little bit closer. That's great. You can see all of the progress that I made off camera on the pad. Yeah, that's going real well. In the meantime, we are, of course, going to, I was going to say switch to the mini builder, but it's actually time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will bring the mini builder in. And hopefully, I'll have worked on the pad. We'll see. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I will see you all next time.